Oh good, I'm glad that's happened. Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 video. As you can tell, we are back in my commentary position. Today, we're going to be delving into a topic which I feel like is a really interesting one, and I literally saw just one person comment it on Twitter. I don't know how I've ended up on Sims Twitter again, but I saw one person comment it on Twitter and I thought, actually, that will make a really good discussion video. So, as you can probably tell by today's title, we're getting into the discussion on should EA make The Sims 4 Get to Work 3. Okay, so where has this question come from? So with the new update to the game, the addition of burglars, great addition by the way, there has been a feature that's been included which is a police NPC, and upon me reading the comments of what people were discussing on Twitter, one of the comments said at this point they should just make The Sims 4 Get to Work 3. And I was like, now that is an interesting discussion point, because can EA or could EA make The Sims 4 Get to Work 3 at any point? Could they do that? Do I think it's realistic? And my honest answer is no. Let's be honest, they already have tried to kind of do this by making The Sims 4 free. Obviously, back in the day, it was not free. I still remember having to go to 2 separate games in order to get it. By the way, game is like GameStop, I think, in the US, when I was 11, to buy the pack. And in fact, I think I had to buy I think my mum or my brother had to buy the game, because obviously I was not 13. Is it a 12 or a 13 in the UK? Don't know, but I wasn't that. So anyway, enough about that. So obviously with them, they made it free. They made The Sims 4 free in 2018, 2019. And I think actually at the time, there was a little bit of backlash. It's a bit like when The Sims 4 introduced hot tubs to the base game and people were like, sorry, because those that had perfect patio, the whole selling point was having hot tubs and you couldn't get it in any other pack, except you now could. So yeah, it does make it less incentive to buy it. And I do totally get the backlash of when The Sims 4 did it. And I do feel like they could have handled it better, in the sense of I feel like when they made it free, they could have had something maybe some exclusive items for those people that had already bought the pack. I feel like that would have been a nice little touch as a little kind of reward, or a little I'm sorry if we've upset you sort of thing. Instead, they kind of did nothing, which is exactly kind of why I think they will never make an expansion pack, game pack, stuff pack free. I would be very, very surprised, because I just don't see a way in which they could make the game 3 without upsetting people, because realistically a lot of the early simmers will have The Sims 4 Get to Work, because a lot of early simmers, probably like myself, will have had the mindset of I want to buy every single game or every single pack or every single expansion pack that they release, because that was kind of the mindset at the time. Because obviously a lot of us thought that The Sims 4 was going to follow the same trajectory as The Sims 3, which is that it will have 10 to 15 maybe. I don't even think The Sims 3 has that. I think it had 9. I don't know now. But let's just say 10 to 15 expansion packs, and then maybe some game packs, whatever. But for the most part, I'll have 10 to 15 expansion packs, and then we'll move on to the next game. But obviously, it has not followed that trajectory. I actually don't know how many expansion packs that we do have now, but it's got to be over 10, right? Anyway, we're not getting into that again. We've been down this road too many times. But I just feel like if they were to go down the road of making expansion packs, game packs, stuff packs free, I think a lot of simmers would find it a little bit of a kick in the teeth. I'm going to be honest. I feel like unless EA did it, that there was some sort of reward, incentive, or an exclusive thing for pre-existing players, I think a lot of players would be pretty upset if they made it free and then you just kind of got nothing for it. But I do think, given EA, that would be the most likely thing that they would do. They would just make the pack free and give us nothing in return, because it seems that they like to do that. The only way in which I think people would maybe be slightly okay with it is if they revamped The Sims 4 Get to Work and making it a little bit better, maybe adding an exclusive career, or I don't know, by having some form of addition. If they revamped The Sims 4 Get to Work, I feel sorry, I'm staring at my dog, by the way. I feel like people would maybe be less sour about it. Maybe. I also think the only way that they would make any expansion pack or game pack or stuff pack free is if they thought it was going to encourage people to buy more of the expansion packs. And I just don't think The Sims 4 Get to Work is quite the pack to do that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it would quite work in terms of marketing, because let's be honest, I like The Sims Will Get to Work, but it's not the most like flushed out pack ever. So I don't see a way in which it would actually have any benefit for EA if they did it. Do you know what I mean? I do totally get the reasoning why people want the pack to be free, because at this point I feel like the base game has a lot of features that kind of indirectly or directly link to The Sims Will Get to Work, so I could kind of see why people want it in the base game. But then I feel like there's so many packs that you could also give the same argument for, like Seasons, for example. The fact that Seasons isn't a base game feature is a little bit annoying. I know, by the way, I know it hasn't been in any of the other games. I do feel like as you get older, you kind of realize, why wasn't it just included? Like I said, just don't see a way in which they could make it free that wouldn't upset people. But I would be really interested to hear if people think there is any form of way of which EA could do it that would please people, because I just don't think they could. Equally, like I said, do not think The Sims Will Get to Work is the pack to try and encourage people to buy more expansion packs. So what expansion pack would you make free to try and encourage people to play the game? Because for me, obviously, it's all subjective, right? Because some people will like playing with animals, some people maybe like supernatural sort of things. But I think something like Growing Together, which is like a little bit more generations, legacy, that sort of thing, would be a good way to start. Because let's be honest, a lot of people that play Sims will play with kids or infants or whoever at some point. So I feel like Growing Together is a really good one, personally. They will never make it free, because I think it's kind of popular, but like, if they were, do you know what I mean? Yet again, I don't know what they would do in order to like try and make it better for players that already have it, but yeah. that's my argument. Like I said, I also think because of The Sims 4, when it got made free, because there was backlash towards it back in the day, I just don't think they would make another pack free. I think there was too much controversy that happened when they made it free in the first place, that like, I just think they wouldn't do it. I mean, they might, and I'll eat my words if they do, but I just don't think they will. I also feel like not lately, for a while now, we've kind of seen the greed of EA anyway, and so I just doubt that they would want to give Simmers anything free, to be honest. I just don't see a way in which they would do anything like that. Maybe they would, but I just don't think they would. I also think as well, like, the thing is with expansion packs and game packs and stuff packs, it's all really subjective, because especially with the amount of DLC that there is. Like, me personally, I don't have horse ranch stuff because I don't particularly play with horses. To be honest, I don't really play with the cottage living animals, so I probably wouldn't play with like horses and stuff in my game, realistically. I'm trying to think of the other. I don't have Life and Death. I do want to get it though, but I don't currently have it. I'm not that big on like occulty or supernatural stuff in general. I know that Life and Death isn't technically, but it's like, it gives those vibes ever so slightly, doesn't it? I feel like every Sims play style is very different. So like, what universal pack would they make free that would entice everybody? And I, like I said, just don't think The Sims Will Get to Work is that pack. I totally get people's reasonings for wanting the pack. And like I said, I think this topic will be really divisive among, if you've already got the pack, you're probably going to be on the team, let's not make it free. But if you don't have the pack, you probably are on team, let's make it free. Because I totally get it. Like I said, it's like one of those packs that like, you don't think it's an amazing pack, and like, you don't think it has that many features, but yet you kind of need some of the features to make your gameplay better. Like, I kind of forget now that like, if you don't have The Sims Will Get to Work, you can't have the baby at hospital. Like, I completely forget that that's like not a thing if you don't have the pack. And for me, that's quite a big part of the gameplay, so but I like, this is the thing, like, I get people's reasonings for wanting to make it free. I do get it, but like, I also just don't see a way in which they can do it that would please everybody. If I'm being honest, I'd be interested to know if anybody, like I said, does have any solutions to how EA could do it, but I just don't think there is. Like, I just don't think there's a way of pleasing everybody. I do think it's interesting. I just don't see EA doing it. Let's be honest, I really don't. They are a business, they want to make money. Why would they make it free? It's an interesting topic, because I don't think it's so blasé of being like no or yes. I think it's so much more nuanced than that, because I kind of get it. Like, I kind of get why people want it to be free at this point, because there's so many base game features that kind of hint at Get to Work, or like there's so many packs that like Get to Work is a really good like compatibility wise. And I do think, as particularly with the new businesses and hobbies pack that's coming out, that Get to Work is a really great pack that will probably work really well alongside it. And so therefore, like, if you maybe do have Get to Work, would it entice people to get businesses and hobbies? Maybe, I don't know, but then I just don't know that it will. If I'm being honest, because I don't play with retail that much in The Sims 4 Get to Work. I have played with it recently and it was okay. It was fine. Which also, by the way, does make me feel a bit like about the whole business side of it in the new pack that's coming out, because I just don't really play with retail that much. But yeah, I'm interested to know, because now that I'm thinking about it, like with the new introduction of the new expansion pack, they could do it. But I just, like I said, I just don't know if they would. I think it would cause too many problems and too many fractions among the simming community. I'd be so interested if they do. I don't know. Would it put, like, if they did, would it put you guys off buying any of the other packs? Because I think it probably would have the opposite effect of, like, maybe discouraging me of buying packs. Because I'm like, well, if they make that pack free, they could make this pack free. And it kind of has that little, like, thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just, like, so interested, like, by this comment. And like I said, this video is completely, I think I said it anyway, this video is completely hypothetical. EA are not doing this. Like, they've not announced this. It's not a new thing. But I just wonder whether they would do it, and whether they would do it for any of the other packs as well. Because I feel like they could do something like a Sims 4 starter kit, which they make 3, which is like, I don't know, the Sims 4 obviously base game, maybe the Sims 4 Get to Work, maybe seasons, maybe something like Growing Together. But realistically, guys, they're not going to do this. Or like maybe something like Parenthood, if we're like making it less about the expansion pack. Like, or maybe they could do something that's like an expansion pack, game pack, and a stuff pack that they make free. But yet again, they wouldn't do it. It's such a cool idea, but they just wouldn't do it, because I just think it wouldn't go down very well. So yeah, with that being said, I do not think anything is going to be made free. Yeah, no, I am actually really happy with the new update. Let me know if you guys are enjoying playing with the new update, because I haven't even updated it yet, because I'm kind of waiting for all the mods to be fixed before I have to go re-download them all. so you know. Anyway, I don't know if I've rambled for this long in a while. I'm very sorry. I do apologise if we're here, there and everywhere. But I did enjoy going over this little discussion. I have a few more points, or a few more like videos and themes that I want to discuss, because there's a few points that I've been seeing on Sims Twitter. Don't ask me how I ended up on Sims Twitter again, because I actively told myself that I wasn't even going to step foot in it, and I kind of have. I think I liked one Sims post and that was it. My Sims Twitter was my Twitter was flooded, and I was like, how have I ended up on this side of it? And I kind of know that if you say anything even a little bit critical of The Sims, particularly on Twitter, it's kind of deemed as you're a hater and like all the rest of it. And I just want to point out, I'm not a hater, okay? I'm not a hater. I'm not here to be controversial, but I do feel like, as I said in my last video, which is talking about the problems of the pack, I think we do have a right at this point to criticise a game that's like over £1,000 worth and is like 10 years old. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we have a right to do that. I fear that I am rambling again. So, and also I'm trying to reduce my phone screen time, and this is obviously taking up a bit of screen time. So selfishly, I'm gonna go now. Selfishly, I'm off. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Please consider giving this video a like and subscribing if you haven't already. We are very close to 500 subscribers, and I hope to see you all in the next video, which will probably be a more like gameplay video or something like that. So yeah, anyway, cheerio.